Hello. Really pleased to do an overview today of our new Adobe plugin. It's nearly ready, so I'm just going to run through kind of what it looks like now. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about the kind of things that we're still planning on releasing and stuff. I'm just going to show you the feature set that we've got at the moment, what I love about it, why I think you're going to love it. So yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, so here we are in Adobe Premiere, and as you can see, I've got just a small clip in the timeline. I've set this up in the way that I like it, in the sense that I've got the Filmstro plugin down here. We're currently in the Browse tab, and we can listen to music and sync it with the video. So now, if I play any track, then that's synced with the video there.
It was the same weekend. Same weekend.
So also you'll notice, obviously, in the browse we've got the dynamic slider, so we can do that as well. We can also sync that, so if we wanted to, we could actually, if I just go back to the beginning, if I sync and then press play on these, so I can now basically take the music for a spin, yeah? So I can even, change it in real time.
It was the same weekend.
Anyway, let's go to edit then. So I'll take this track through. So here we are then in the edit view. So here, basically, same as in the web app, we could do pretty much the same stuff. So notably, the big difference, of course, is, again, switching on sync here means that when I'm in the Adobe plugin, the Filmstro plugin part, if I hit the space bar, then that timeline, then this playhead is basically synchronized with Adobe. So it's going to play from the beginning of the music, and it's going to snap back to the beginning of, by default, it'll use the time in and time out. As you can see here, so I'm just going to mute the video audio just to, turn this down a little bit as well. It's not really important that we kind of listen to this, really. It's more about just showing you guys. So, as I say, the sync is basically, whenever you work in here, then it's going to synchronize it. If I change focus to the Premiere plugin, to the Premiere main timeline, hitting spacebar now, it's just going to play, the Premiere thing, because the sync doesn't affect it that way around. It's only it's sort of Filmstro centric, right? So when you've got sync enabled, whatever you do in Filmstro, then it will affect the main Adobe timeline. So we have the same cool commands that you have in the web app, right? So you can just add a keyframe by hitting the plus. That's then immediately synchronized with the slider, so you can do that kind of stuff. Go scrub through frame by frame, add different keyframes and stuff, and manipulate them as you wish. We have all the same shortcuts, so we have the templates you can set. You can do keyframe stuff there. Once you've made a selection with Shift, you can then also add levels, transitions, all that good stuff. What I want to show you though is the stems. They're slightly different, and I think this is an improvement to the web app. So here we've got the stems. We can interact with them here at the same time as seeing what's going on. So basically, I can just carry on playing here. If I actually change this template to maximum, and then let's have a little play. So this percussion, for example, see if it comes back in. There we go. That sort of bass drum, orchestral bass drum. That then, I can listen to stuff whilst I'm playing it back and have both things going on at the same time. Whereas in the current web app, you kind of got to go into a separate panel and stuff like that. So that is really cool. The other thing that's really, really awesome, and the UI isn't quite sorted yet, but is about how to change the music length. So we have a really cool way of doing this. So there are 3 ways you can do it. You can basically set a custom length. That's the same as already, where in the web app you can just trim the music object to make it as short or as long as you like. And you can set that manually here as well. Or you take the Adobe time in and time out, right? And then basically by hitting this, you'll be matching the Filmstro music to the Adobe time in, time out. So let me just do that one. So that if I do that, can you see it's now basically taken the time in and the time out, which is up here, and it's made the music that long. Now I can re-trigger that by, if I change the time in or time out. So now I've changed the time out, for example. If I go to set music length and I hit this thing again, you can see it's now changed, right? Because it's updated to the new timeout. So that's one way. And if you want to just go back, we just reset that, and that's now back to its original length, which is super important to be able to do that. And that's something, again, that in the web app, that's a feature we haven't got, whereas in here we do. If we save this, I'll just show you an export real quick. So exporting, again, just happens, faster than real time. So it's an offline render. By the way, this is all happening offline. So once you've loaded a piece of music in from the browse, you can then be offline for the remainder of all of your editing. It will save locally. It'll keep stuff in your cache and whatever. And you just don't have to be online to do anything else after that. So, you need a connection to load up the music originally in the first place initially, but after that, you can be completely offline. So it automatically opens the sort of project bin. And then in the media area, I can see my render. And then all you do, just drag it in, and that's it. We've now got the piece of music in there. Of course, what you can also do is feel free to use our algorithm for length changes. It's superior to, I would say, 99.9% of all other algorithms out there. I can't say 100% because I don't know absolutely every single length change algorithm that exists in the world, but ours is amazing. But you can, of course, also use the Adobe Remix tool to then just go ahead and make your own changes to the length of this music, right? So again, that's why we've got the reset feature there. So you just get the absolute best instance of our music in its original form. And then if you want to make it longer, either with our algorithm or with the Adobe Remix tool, go ahead. And then you've got, great music that works with your scene. So the only other thing to say is, we've got a favorite section. It works similar as before. Your sessions are organized in a similar way again to before. So you can just, open things directly from there. And then we've got the settings as well. So yeah, if we go back to the track, I'll show you the settings as the last thing in this video. So the settings are just here. So again, you've got length calculation, best match, closest match, transitions, cut downs, and then the sample rate importantly as well. So you change this. If your export sounds too high or too low, just switch it to the other one. Literally just click it on the other one, close, and that's it, and then re-render, and it should be fine, or re-export. Okay, so I hope that's interesting, useful, and exciting. I'm certainly very excited about this thing finally coming out. And I think it's a really, really, really powerful tool. And it works really well compared to the web app, I think, as well. I think there's just so many advantages of being directly inside of an LLE, obviously. And there's another major announcement coming soon in terms of how you guys can get hold of it. So stay tuned. All right, cheers.